This is Standard High School. Standard High is located in Carson City, California. In 1995, a strange and frightening teacher was hired to teach the advanced placement poetry class. Mr. Sanchez was a nationally recognized scholar and specialist in classical poetry. This is the story of Mr. Sanchez's AP poetry class.
Excuse me, I'm here for the class I was assigned to take over.
Yeah, Mr.
Please, just call me sir.
Yeah. This is the class assignment, and if you have any problems, just call me in office and we'll get back to you.
I've worked with kids before. There will be no problems. I am Mr. Sanchez, and this is the AP poetry class.
Dog, when that guy came in here, Mr. Sanchez, that Holmes was like, you gotta do this, and nah, man, I don't do homework, man. That Holmes was tripping, fool.
Hello, Mr. Sanchez. I've been looking all over for you. I just wanted to welcome you here to Standard High. I'm Lisa Martin, and I'm the principal here. I hear you're teaching the AP poetry class. That's wonderful. We can always use more English teachers. I was wondering, have you also taken our tour yet? The bathrooms are over that way there, near my office, in case you ever need to stop by for anything. So, do you have any questions?
Yes. Are you finished?
I don't know who the hell he thought he was. I hadn't like one bit, but you know, I had to get used to it because what more could I do, you know? Damn.
Today's test will be on discipline, endurance, and meditation. I want everyone to start their desks for the next 45 minutes and not look up until I say so. Ready? Now! Now! You!
Who, me?
Yes, you, to the referral room.
What? Why?
Defiance and not following directions.
I remember the day that I confused a metaphor and a simile. I had been up all night studying and I got it wrong. A metaphor is a comparison between two things using like or as.
No!
After a few months, we knew so much about poetry.
My head hurt like the fires of hell, and I was humiliated, but I never confused a metaphor and a simile again. It was a different way of teaching. We were all stressed out and scared. But we all knew our terms like the back of our hands. Mr. Sanchez got results.
It has come to my attention that the teacher across the way is not teaching classical poetry, but modern poetry, including Bob Dylan and Tupac Shakur.
I think it all started to go downhill when Mr. Sanchez got the idea to start attacking other classes that weren't teaching poetry the correct way.
She must be sent a message.
It was wrong, but it was fun. That's the last time, Mr. Sanchez. I'm reporting you to Dean Smith.
After a few classes, after a few studies, I got into that whole tragedy, man. The whole Romeo and Juliet Shakespeare. It was all chale.
Mr. Sanchez, I've been receiving reports that you're attacking other classes. Is this true?
Yes.
That's in direct violation of the teacher's behavioral code. I'm putting a report in your file. Watch it, Sanchez. I'm on to you.
Miguel was a straight-A student, and he always did his homework. But I felt bad for him the day that he memorized the wrong Emily Dickinson poem.
Last night, your homework was to memorize a poem by the great American poet Emily Dickinson. Clear off your desk. You, begin.
Because I could not stop her death, he kindly stopped me.
You.
The carriage held but just ourselves and immortality.
You.
The soulless from society then shuts the door.
That's the wrong poem. You memorized the wrong poem. The homework chamber for you.
You didn't do homework until you found out about the homework chamber.
Simon.
Hey, Mr. Sanchez.
Yes?
Hey, man. I didn't think that Dickinson was the greatest poem ever. Esa loca. Damn. She couldn't even follow the rules of capitalization.
You need to read more Dickinson. Come with me.
Whoa! That one fool, Tony, he didn't seem to mind the chamber after he went a few times.
Hyphens and dashes. It's almost as a musical device. Thanks, Mr. Sanchez.
The homework chamber was uncomfortable, but hey, mastering poetry should be difficult.
One day, he made us read a book of poetry by an Italian poet from the 16th century. And then he just walked out. That was the last we ever saw of Mr. Sanchez. We read silently every day, though. Because the book was good, and because we were afraid of what he might do to us if we were ever off task.
Where's your teacher?
We don't know.
You gave us this poetry and just left.
When was that?
Almost 3 weeks ago.
And that's the end of the story. We received a replacement teacher the next day who issued us test prep materials. Most of us took the AP test and passed, and then we graduated, but Mr. Sanchez and his class lingered in our memories forever. Sanchez was like Kurtz from Heart of Darkness. He was a genius, but he was hollow at the core. He had noble intentions of teaching us the magic of poetry, but unfortunately, the literature and the insane power trip split his soul, and he decided to pursue the dark truth right to the edge. But the weird thing is that most of us still loved his class and missed him when he left. I don't know. It was the kind of class that someone would make a movie about.
Go to the...
Scared and frightened, but we never left.
And he said I will smite thee!